Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Coming Out Cosmic podcast. My name is Christine Nowinski. I'm your host, ET Contactee, Awakening Coach, and founder of Coming Out Cosmic. On this podcast, we talk about the strange and esoteric, the things that people are afraid to talk about or afraid to admit they believe in. Aliens, reptilians, fairies, Bigfoot, all of that fun stuff, because not only have I actually experienced a lot of this phenomenon, a lot of my friends and family have too. So that's what Coming Out Cosmic is all about. Let's all come out cosmic together and talk about our strange stories. I'm here for your stories if you're here for mine. On today's podcast episode, we're going to deep dive into my first remembered alien visitation. I say that this is my first remembered alien visitation because I do believe that most of us, especially if you're a starseed, if you have galactic ties, I believe that most of us are being visited by aliens every night, if not all day, every day. We just can't see them. But eventually, if you start talking about them enough, you start learning about them enough, you will begin to start discerning their energies, and you can tell when they are around you. So we'll talk about that in a later podcast episode. But for today's purposes, I just want to normalize this alien visitation that I had in the hopes that if you had something similar happen to you, that you find the courage to come out cosmic and start talking about it, because this stuff is so normal. When I first started getting visited by aliens, I was like, oh my God, I can't tell anybody any of this. But now I'm like, forget it. I'm going to tell everybody and I won't keep my mouth shut. Before we get into the story, I do want to say a couple of things about alien contact that is very, very important. If and when you decide that you are ready to connect with aliens or to connect with your star family, your star family is essentially the galactic beings that are connected to you through your lineage. They may have been with you in many different past lives. They're your guardians in this lifetime. They could be spirit guides for you as well. When and if you're ready to start connecting with them, here are a few very important tips for your protection and for your awareness. When it comes to alien contact, due to the law of non-intervention, which is a universal law that states different beings do not have the permission to mess with your free will and to intervene, which is not always respected by all beings out there. Some of the more malevolent ones do not generally respect this, but the more higher vibrational benevolent beings do respect this. And because of the law of non-intervention, you have to use your free will to invite them in. Now, sometimes there's people that have had alien visitations that they're not necessarily consciously inviting in. However, I believe that if you are to have an alien visitation that you don't remember asking for, most of the time this sort of situation is contracted in your soul contracts. It's something that your higher self already knows about. If you are experiencing alien contact and you want for it to stop, again, use your free will to ask for it to stop. But sometimes our higher self just knows better. You might want to connect with your higher self and understand why alien contact is happening to you if you don't know why and if you're uncomfortable with it. But for those who are ready for alien contact, using your free will and saying, I am ready for alien contact, is an amazing way to begin. Now, there is a caveat to that because you don't want to just invite anything in. If you stand there and you say, I'm ready for alien contact, you don't want to start attracting lower dimensional, lower vibrational entities. You could attract some reptilians to come to you. Not that all of them are low vibe, but a lot of them are. So with this, I would suggest that you say, I would like to begin experiencing alien contact for the highest good of all involved. When you say something along the lines of for the highest good of all involved, this ensures that whatever you are welcoming in is being welcomed in with the highest intention of serving your good, of being beneficial to you. Because low vibe entities are not, the most beneficial, they're not going to come around when you say a statement like that. And lastly, when you do invite in alien contact using your free will because of the law of non-intervention for the highest good of all involved, do it with gratitude and then let it go. Thank you so much for this alien contact experience. I'm now going to go to bed or something. Because sometimes people get really hooked onto the fact that they're asking for alien contact. And if they're not getting alien contact or they're not perceiving it, because they do show up in many ways that we're not usually conscious of or that we're not expecting, then they get very frustrated and they get attached to the outcome. And we know that with manifestation, with the the law of attraction, when you become attached to a specific outcome, it is less likely for that outcome to actually happen. We can deep dive into manifestation law of attraction in another video and how this is actually very important to understand when it comes to alien contact. So for today's purposes, just remember, ask and you shall receive, and let it go for the highest good of all involved. I've been experiencing alien contact since 2014 through sleep paralysis, but I wasn't aware that it was alien contact until around the year 2023 when I found my friend Laura D from lauradchannels.com, who is a highly gifted intuitive psychic channeler who does channel higher dimensional entities, which we might call alien. And it wasn't until I started talking to her that I realized, oh my God, these sleep paralysis episodes were actually ET contact. So for about 10 years, every single month, I would have a sleep paralysis episode. And to me, they were very scary. However, it was just my own fear of the unknown that was perpetuating even more fear during these experiences. The aliens that were visiting me meant well. They were healing me energetically, but come to find out, there was some sort of glitch in the overall experience of me getting healed energetically by these aliens and them coming to me during sleep paralysis. I don't have the scientific terms for this. I don't know exactly what was happening in this infinite quantum reality for there to be a glitch, but the glitch ended up being that I would wake up every time they'd come visit me. And that's why sleep paralysis was almost every single month, sometimes every single week for me. So this is why I say I do believe our star family is visiting us every night and we're just not conscious of it. Fast forward, my alien friends actually did end up fixing the glitch and I haven't had sleep paralysis as often, but I still do. My first remembered alien visitation experience where I actually remember asking for alien contact with my free will happened during 2023. And it was immediately following a channeling session that I had with Laura and a couple of other alien fans. We were all sitting on a Zoom call. Laura does a channeling session, which she still offers free. They're called Cosmic Conversations, and you can go to her website, lauradchannels.com, and you can grab a seat again for free. You can ask any question that you want. During this channeling session, I was like, what is going on with my sleep paralysis? That's when I found out that it was aliens coming to me and there was a glitch, but the glitch had been resolved. And I was like, whoa, wait a second. Like, I'm connected to aliens? And Laura, or more so the entity she was channeling at the time, Ra, told me that, yes, I'm very connected to aliens. There's 3 different alien races that are trying to connect with me, and I should just ask them to present themselves so that I could have a pretty cool alien visitation that I'll actually remember. And so later that night, I did just that. I went to bed, used my free will for the highest good of all involved. I would love to have alien contact tonight. Thank you very much. Let it go. Fell asleep. I woke up in a sleep paralysis episode and I entered the craziest alien visitation that I have ever heard of, that I could ever comprehend. And I'm like, of course, this is something that would happen to me because I asked for it. And it was really cool. I was laying on my right side, and in my bedroom, when I'm laying on my right side, I'm actually looking at the wall. So I didn't see anything, but I could feel my body vibrating so much, like buzzing so much, and I could hear a low humming noise. Now, a lot of people online will talk about how the new Tesla cars actually have a really weird, distinct humming noise that sounds like an alien visiting you, or it sounds like a UFO. That's exactly what the noise sounded like. It sounded like, I don't even know if there was a UFO in my bedroom, but it just sounded like a humming noise. And then there was lime green light everywhere. I do believe my eyes were open during this, which now that I think about it, it would be kind of weird to catch me in a sleep paralysis episode and you're like sleeping next to me and my eyes are open. Like, that'd be really weird. But as the incident was happening, I couldn't really move my body. I was just aware of what I was seeing, what I was hearing, what I was feeling. And I thought, oh my God, they're here. And then I got really excited and I was like, please let me remember this in the morning, because I was afraid that I would forget. Sometimes during sleep paralysis, I would know and I would become aware that I had an episode the night prior, but I would not always remember the details. This alien visitation I remembered. Pro tip, I asked for it to be a remembered alien visitation. I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier, but if you ask for it to be a remembered visitation, you are more likely to actually remember it and talk about it the next day. So the next day I wake wake up and I'm like, oh my God, Chris, my husband, you'll never guess what happened to me last night. And he's like, what? I was like, I was visited by aliens. I'm like, I asked and they came. At this time, Coming Out Cosmic was not born yet. I mean, this was like winter 2023. I didn't start posting about aliens until winter 2024. So my husband was like, okay. He's like, I didn't wake up, which I thought was very interesting because during the paralysis, I remember thinking, oh my God, can my husband feel this, see this, and why are my dogs not barking? But later I found out through Laura that aliens do have the ability to kind of shut down the senses of other people and other beings around you. And I do believe that during this incident, because it was something so personal and so meant for me because I asked for it, that the aliens shut down the senses of people around me. And this could be for their own protection because they're not ready. Honestly, I think that my dogs would be very, very freaked out if they sensed some sort of humming or alien beings in the room with us. I think that they would go absolutely insane. So I do believe that the aliens shut down their senses, which would make sense as to why nothing else was going on around me. No other person waking up, no other dogs barking. It was just me having this incredible cosmic experience. Since that episode, I have definitely gotten way closer to my star family, to my alien friends. I do ask for them to come almost every night to perform energetic healing for me. And a lot of this has to do with the fact that I don't have a lot of energy right now. I am pregnant and I've got another human baby taking up a lot of my energy. But I have some other really wild alien stories that I'm excited to share with you guys further along in this podcast. I want to validate for you that if you've ever had an experience like this, don't doubt your intuition. You know that it happened. You don't have to try to convince anybody of it. You can message me on any major social media platform at Coming Out Cosmic, and I will validate your experience. I will tell you you're not crazy. You're just very cosmic, and this is why aliens are coming to you. And I do believe that we need more people talking about their experiences so this becomes more normalized. I hope that by sharing my experience, you have some more confidence to share your own experience. In a sort of conclusion for this podcast episode, please understand, not all alien contact is scary. And if you do experience a contact episode that seems scary, it could be just your own fear of the unknown that's perpetuating even more. That's perpetuating a fear-based reality, because this is what happened to me from 2014 on for almost 10 years, where I'd have sleep paralysis and I'd wake up and something horrible seemingly was happening to me. But looking back, I'm like, oh, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't scary at all. It was just that there was a glitch in my sleep paralysis and I was being visited by aliens and they were healing me energetically. And I just didn't know what was going on. So my own fear was making me even more fearful. And before you start asking to connect with aliens, it is very important that you try to eradicate any fear that you do have about aliens. It might be a good idea to listen to more contact stories from other ET contactees. If you want to listen to my Alien Visitations playlist on TikTok, I've got a boatload of stories there of all the different times aliens have come to visit me. And start getting it to be more normalized in your own viewpoint, the visitation of aliens. Because if you do have an ounce of fear when it comes to aliens, you do want to work through that because you don't want to attract any low vibe entities to come your way. Fear is a low vibration. What you put out, you seem to attract. Ease into alien contact. Don't try to rush anything. Everything is always in divine, perfect timing. And come back and listen to the Coming Out Cosmic podcast if you need more hope or if you need more tips, more high vibes about aliens, because I swear to you, they are not scary. You are not crazy. You are just cosmic. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for listening. Bye.